Virgin Radio, Pitbull, I Know You Want Me. It's 7:37. We got Karen and Howie coming up in Battle of the Sexes. Very cool guest today. Very cool guest. Actually, I think we're ready to go. Let's have a quick chat with Micah, and then we'll do some singing later. Tom, where should we put him? Because Micah was actually next door warming up his lovely voice, and we actually heard a bit of him. So he needs a bit of an introduction, and there's a bit of a story. Hi, Micah. How are you?
Not bad. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for coming in this morning. So Micah goes to McGill. Mm-hmm. And you're taking your master's in voice?
That's correct. Just started this year.
And you actually are originally from Nebraska?
Yeah. Grew up in Nebraska and then spent 4 years in Memphis, Tennessee doing my undergrad degree. Spent last summer in Switzerland, and now I'm living here.
Wow. Found out yesterday that you are in a competition and Glee, the actual Fox affiliate in Memphis, is putting this on. Mm-hmm. What is this? What do you get? If you win this, what do you get?
Well, basically, the Glee, the TV show is having auditions for 3 new cast members, and they're doing a nationwide, probably North America, maybe even worldwide search. And basically, anybody can upload their video online. Any of the hundreds of thousands of Gleeks out there can have their chance at MySpace glory and hope to be noticed out of the hundreds of thousands by the producers. However, there's 7 regions across the U.S. who are doing live auditions to kind of filter out a lot of those American Idol wannabes and pick some golden ticket winners who will have their videos sent directly to the producers. So I'm competing for one of those golden tickets.
All right. Now, you are an alto.
More of a soprano.
Oh, more of a soprano. Because I'm pretending I know the difference. So what are the different ones? Go through. I know these are stupid questions, but...
well, basically, a lot of the voice types you probably heard of. There's the bass baritone, then a tenor.
That's what I am, a tenor.
There you go, yeah.
Right.
And then alto, mezzo-soprano, and soprano are the 3 voice types most associated with women's voices. But there's a 4th male voice type called countertenor, which a lot of people don't know about, but it's basically, it means higher than tenor. So it's like a male alto or a male soprano.
Got it. There's going to be an exam after this, kids. Make sure you're writing this down. So we're going to get you. I know you're warming up. I don't want you to sing yet because I want people to hang on for this because it's pretty impressive. And we're going to get people to go online and check you out and, of course, hopefully vote for you.
Sounds great.
And you've got people voting for you like all around the world, right?
All around the world, yeah. 24/7.
We've got it on our website, virginradio.ca, but what's the best way to find this if they don't go through our website?
Yeah, the best way is to go to www.myfoxmemphis.com, and there's a little button there that says Glee, and then you can find me, Mikah Meyer. I'm the only one with a black background in my video, and just vote to your heart's content.
Okay, we're going to get that on virginradio.ca for sure. In fact, it might be up there already. So get set for this very, very special performance with Micah, McGill student, coming up. But first, we got to play Battle of the Sexes. It's coming up next. Mission District, Virgin, 752. And we're really excited to have this dude in the station today. His name is Micah. He's from Nebraska, goes to McGill. He's a very, very talented singer, and he's in a national contest to be on Glee. That about sums it up, right, Micah?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, if you make it, Micah, you know you're a Montrealer. The Nebraska part gets scratched, right? We claim you.
Exactly. I was born in South Dakota, and so I wrote the old newspapers there, and they published a headline that said, Brookings resident, tries to be on Glee. And then the first line says, Mikah Meyer promises if he gets on Glee, he'll tell people he was born in Brookings and lived there for 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
But as far as I'm concerned, I'm a Montrealer right now.
Very nice. And you can go to our website. It's now officially up, virginradio.ca. There is a link to vote for this. It's a contest, basically, but you can only win this if people vote for you, right?
Exactly, yeah. There's 20 finalists. And after we made it to the final round, that was all determined by the judges. But now it's basically by online popular vote. And so a lot of people have been hitting the Facebook grounds. There's a couple people, my competitors, that have like 3,000 people in their group. And I have about 900. But I know that my fans are loyal. And they're voting. I have some friends who say, hey, man, I spend 3 hours a night voting.
Nice.
And so it's all about just hitting the ground and street team and grassroots. So
serial votes.
Yeah?
Serial votes. Keep them coming in, yeah.
Exactly, yeah, just spending hours. And I'm kind of hoping they take a little registration info. You just have to give them your email. It takes like 3 seconds. But I sure would think it was cool if we had more .ca email addresses than there were .coms.
Very nice. Get on it, virginradio.ca. For those that missed the interview with you about 10 minutes ago, tell us what type of singer you are.
I'm a guy that sings like a girl, basically.
Thanks for putting in layman terms for us. We appreciate it. But you said you're about a tenor, right?
It's called countertenor.
Countertenor. I thought that's what I was.
You're a tenor.
I'm a 3 out of 10er when I sing.
Are you ready? Can you give us a little sample of exactly how good you are?
I can.
And by the way, I want you to stick around after 8 because we got so many more questions for you. So here he is.
Great. Here's what I sang at my Memphis audition.
All right.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Oh, who's that yonder dressed in red? God's gonna trouble the water. Well, it looks like the children that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the water. Oh, wade in the water. Ooh, in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the
Wow.
That blows Whitney out of the water.
Oh my, yes, thank you for that because that was a make good. We played some Whitney Houston earlier on, so that
Well,
kind
did you guys
of
see
made
the
up
video
for it.
of the Taiwan boy that sang
Oh,
his
yeah.
whole
Yeah.
He's trying
Phenomenal.
to show me up. What's he doing?
But you know what? That was incredible.
Oh, that is fantastic.
You got it nailed. All right, where do we vote
I'm
again?
impressed.
It's www.myfoxmemphis.com.
Okay.
All right. Now,
That was
why
fantastic.
McGill? You were telling me that McGill has a fantastic reputation all around the world, right?
Uh-huh.
So what made you decide?
Well, when I was looking at master's programs, I got a scholarship from the Rotary organization that the only stipulation was I had to leave America to use it. And so I had some friends at Memphis who had done their master's at McGill, and they said, you know what, if you want to go study as a countertenor, McGill is the best music school in Canada. And at the time, I was looking for a countertenor teacher, and there's only maybe 5 in all of North America. And I found out there's a guy up here named Daniel Taylor, who's actually one of the top 5 countertenors in the world. He's an exclusive Sony recording artist, and he's one of the few that teaches. So Montreal was just a perfect fit.
Wow, plus
All right.
pretty good nightlife too. I just want to ask you, Micah, when did you start singing? Was this from birth?
Yeah, my dad was a pastor and my mom was a high school music teacher, so there was always singing in our house. And then I had 3 older sisters that all did musical theater and dance, and I actually attribute a lot of what I am to them because people ask me how I learned how to dance, and I said, well, if you had to go to a dance recital 3 nights a week, I mean, wouldn't you pick
What
something?
is it exactly?
Yeah.
I thought I detected a little bit of that gospel soul in there too, so that's where it comes from. I love
Yeah,
it.
exactly, yeah.
That was awesome.
And it was very soulful, and you were into it. People don't know, but your eyes were closed, and you could feel yourself getting in the moment. But the only negative thing I have to say is we didn't know when we were supposed to come in. Like
I was waiting for
You
the
didn't
shoes
cue
from the
us.
wave. You didn't have the robes on. That was the problem.
We
Okay.
were snapping.
We'll do it after 8 again because we've been practicing our parts
Yeah.
all day.
Oh,
All right.
sorry.
You best stay out of it.
Mikah Meyer is here. He's originally from Nebraska. He's a McGill student, and he is very close to being on Glee. If you want to find out more, go to virginradio.ca, and Micah will stick around for more, including the player report just after 8 o'clock. At 8:09. So our special guest this morning is Mikah Meyer. He's from Nebraska. He's a McGill student, and he's a darn good singer.
Oh, boy, is he ever. And very driven as well. This all comes down to Glee. The hit show Glee returning on Tuesday. An estimated 13.7 million people tuned in, which is almost double the average of the first 13 episodes, which was 7.3 million viewers. Definitely very popular. Micah, we think you could make it even better.
Great, me too.
Micah's in a competition, and you've made it to the finals. It's a national contest. You can vote. Go to virginradio.ca. Why is the show Glee so popular?
I think it comes down to people just really enjoy singing. And it's like this guilty pleasure that they are finally allowed to admit because it's cool now. But really, they're just taking songs that everyone likes and putting them out there again so people can hear them. And I think the message too, it really reaches into everyone who's ever felt disenfranchised or like they weren't the cool kid, or maybe even they were the cool kid. But it lets everybody know that you're cool the way you are, and what's unique about you makes you special. And so it's good music, good message, good show.
Wow, you're smart. Cat's still hung up on disenfranchised. I know. I think you stopped him in his tracks there. Is that what it's like at McGill in your voice course? Do people just spontaneously burst into song, or?
Yeah, more so song than dance and
Okay.
song. But if you walk through the stairwells, there's usually some tenor working on his high C's, and you're just like, okay, seriously, man, I know there's a practice room somewhere.
Yeah, it's 7 in the morning. Can
Yeah,
you tone
for
it
real.
down?
I've been complaining